everybody, welcome back to arts class. Welcome to the last week of October, which is so crazy that that's here already. For today's art class, we are going to be making some origami. I'm super excited. I love origami. Now, origami is the art of paper folding. So for today, you're going to need a square piece of paper. Now, I used an orange square piece of paper, but if you don't have an orange piece of paper, that's totally fine. You can use a white piece of paper. Now, I understand that most papers are not square as they come. Computer paper is a rectangle, so computer paper is probably the best thing that you can use for this because it's nice and thin. If you have orange construction paper, that might be too thick for folding it, so you might want to stick with a computer paper. I'm going to show you right now how to turn your computer paper from a rectangle into a square in a really easy way. First, I'm going to take the top corner of it. I'm going to turn it the long way side to side. I'm going to take the top corner and I'm going to bend that down to the bottom and line up the edge of this side of my paper with the bottom of my paper. And fold it. Like this. Now this part is a perfect square and this part is the part of the rectangle that we can cut off. So if you have scissors, you can trim that off, or what you can do is fold it over on that line, crease it really well with your finger. You might have to use your fingernail. And if you fold it back and forth, creasing it a couple times, you should be able to then unfold it and very gently rip that edge off. Before you try to rip it, make sure that you've folded it back and forth a couple times and crease it really, really well. That creates a really nice crisp edge that you can rip very cleanly off of your paper. All right, so now that we've done that, we've got our square piece of paper ready to go. Now, in origami, we always use square pieces of paper, so there's no such thing as a hot dog or a hamburger fold because this piece of paper is already a square. So the terms that we use are corner to corner and edge to edge. Since we already have this one fold, we will start with that one. We are going to go corner to corner. You're going to fold your paper corner to corner and press down really hard. Another really important part of origami are the creases. If you don't crease them really well with your fingernail, it's going to be harder for you in the later steps. Once you've got that corner to corner fold, you can unfold it, and now we're going to fold the opposite corner to corner. Once again, push it down nice and hard. You might need to use your fingernail to create a really nice crisp crease. When you unfold it now, you should see an X. If at any time I'm moving too fast, feel free to pause the video to catch up. Next, we're going to fold edge to edge. So I'm going to take the bottom of my paper and fold it up to the top. Crease it really well, use my fingernail. Then I'm going to unfold it again. Now I'm going to fold opposite edge to edge. Open your paper back up. Now you should have 8 triangles on your paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you do not have 8, make sure that you've folded edge to edge both ways and corner to corner both ways. Now that we've got our basic folds down, we are going to fold it back edge to edge like this. And you should see 4 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this part is a little bit tricky. We need to open and tuck some of our paper. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that the open part of my paper is facing towards me and the folded part is facing away from me. I'm going to put my finger in the top left corner. I need to open up the bottom and tuck this corner, tuck this corner inside, fold it down, and press it. Now when I turn my paper this way, it looks like this. One more time, I'll show you. I'm going to make sure the open part's facing towards me. I'm going to put my finger in the top left corner. I'm going to open it up, tuck this corner into the middle, and then fold it down. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to take my finger on the top right corner. I'm going to open it up and tuck this corner in, down, and then fold it into this triangle. From the front, you should see a triangle with one crease down the middle. If you turn it to the side, it will look like this. All right, so you should have a couple of flaps right here on the edges. The next step is taking the left corner of your triangle. We're only going to take this one flap, and we are going to fold it up, line it up with the top point right here, and crease it down. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. I'm going to take this one flap. I'm going to take this point and bend it all the way up to the top. Crease it down. Make sure those creases are pushed down really well. I'm going to flip my origami over to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing, so I'm going to take my bottom left triangle, fold it up to the top. Take this one, fold it up to the top. Now I should have a diamond shape in front of me with a fold line going straight up and down the middle. You should have some flaps on the left and the right sides. So our next step is to take the left point of our diamond and we're gonna fold that straight over to the middle, like so. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna take just one of my right flaps. I'm going to take that corner and bend it straight over to the middle, crease it down really well. Now we are into folding several layers of paper at a time, so it might feel harder to crease this part down, but it's really important that you still get a really nice crease. Once I have this done, I can flip my origami back over to the other side where I should just see a plain diamond. I'm going to take the left corner of my diamond and fold it straight over to the middle. I'm going to take the right side of my diamond and do the same thing, fold it straight over to the middle. Okay, so now at the top of your diamond, you'll probably have these little, kind of look like legs flying around right here. And then I've got some on the other side as well. Now one side has these flaps, the other side does not. You need to make sure that the side with these flaps is up towards the top. Now if you look, the side with the flaps, these parts of our origami that we just folded down have a little pocket in them. The next step is taking the flaps and we need to tuck it into that pocket. I'm going to push it down as far as it will go in this pocket and then crease it down. Once again, you've got a flap at the top. This part that we've folded over has a little pocket in the top. We need to take this flap and we need to fold it down into the pocket. After you fold it down into the pocket, you can press it down like this. I need to flip my origami over and do the same thing on the other side with these flaps. I need to tuck it into the pocket, press it down, tuck it into the pocket. Now it won't fit all the way into the pocket, but you're just going to tuck it in as far as it will go. And then crease it down. All right, friends, we're almost done. You should have the same thing on both sides. Now, if I'm holding my origami like this, I should be able to flap open the sides of it like this. What I want you to do is flip your origami inside out. So take the left side, flip it over, take the right side, flip it over. So now what we just folded is going to be on the inside, and we should have plain flat surfaces on the outside. This is where you can draw your pumpkin face. If you're just working with a black or a white piece of paper, you could use a black and an orange marker to create a face inside of your pumpkin. You can create any kind of face that you want. You can take more time than me to color this pumpkin in. I'm using markers, but you can use any coloring supply to color your pumpkin. You can also color all the sides of it. I'll just stick with the front for right now. All right, my friends, we are at the last step. So I've got my origami here. I've got a top point and a bottom point. Now, if you look at those points, one side will have a small hole and one side will be closed. So this is my closed side. And this is my side that has that small hole right there. What you need to do is open it up like an X from the side like this. And you are going to blow air into this hole like a balloon. When you blow into this hole, if you're spreading apart this X, it should blow up just like a paper balloon. Okay. Mine is struggling, clearly, because it just ripped. But if you put some air into it, you will see that it kind of blows up into this square balloon, and it looks like a pumpkin. You can kind of crease the top of it so that it sits more like a square, and you can crease the bottom of it. So here's a great lesson to not be too rough with your origami, because it will rip. Way to go, Mrs. Robinson. And voila, we have an origami pumpkin. All right, my friends, hopefully you had fun making your origami pumpkin today. I would love to see a picture of these. Snag a picture of you holding up your pumpkin and upload that to Schoology so that I can see your awesome pumpkins. Have a great last week of October, and I will see you next time.